All right, I'm just gonna get started. It's already 7:02. I didn't even let the music finish in a way that sounded nice, but hey, it's good to see you guys. There's plenty who are already here in chat. Grindworthy was technically the very first person, so an award is due. Matt Stanky, Soares, Kindly Monkey with a 20 stream streak, Speed Demon with a 15, Grap with a 20 stream streak as well, and of course Kindly Monkey there and everyone with the thing. Let me see the reward list. What up, Callan? What up, Sykin? What up, Atmo? What's the next collegiate tourney? The next collegiate tourney has been confirmed. It is, in fact, the solo queue tournament. I am discussing it with some partners behind the scenes. Soares said to hydrate. There you go. I'm thinking we either do 12 games across 2 days. Not Core, you said hydrate. Okay. I fuck with 12 across 2. Not Core, you said hydrate. Sagan. Oh no, there's 2 hydrates. Sorry, stop. Why can I never just drink a Coke normally around here? Fuck! It hurts. Oh, it hurts. Oh, I'm crying. Hello, what you looking at, punk? It's a pleasure to see you. My chat just waterboarded me in real live time. And you know what? I can't resist. Because that's what she said. I'm not staying up to date quick enough with what I'm saying for this to make sense to me. It's probably because I'm stupid. But I agree. Collegiate Realm. So you said that hurt. Genius. Fucking legendary. Subathon goals. The subathon is still going. 3 hours, 16 minutes remaining. Here you go. The next one up is team video for every premier team.
What the?
Goated. What can I say? Okay. The next goal has been achieved. Okay, so we've got team videos. Team videos for every Premier League. Collegiate Poker Night is confirmed. Collegiate Fantasy Apex will, of course, be starting here. Color your hair temporary. You guys get to pick the color. You'll stay up to date with that in chat. And Collegiate Debate Night is secured. When's Poker Night? Probably a late Saturday stream. And yes, it has been achieved. It is confirmed. Small guy said hydrate. I'll go get a soda in a second. Fuck. The IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics are in fact happening. A real live competition hosted here in Texas. Okay? It will be an insane,
What the?
at least start there for the month of March.
What the?
My God. Limbox, thank you so much. I know you threatened to do this to begin with, but you have made it a reality. You have basically donated the majority of this, and I don't know what to say to you. Because write his name on his face or something for today's stream. Limbox, you pick the color, because it's going to go right across my forehead. Someone Someone let him know, because I'm going to write Limbox right on my forehead for the entire stream today. It's going to be right there. 119 subs is fucking crazy. All right? I'm not even going to discuss the rest of the challenges. I would be stoked if we could push it even further. But the truth is, 500 was the goal from the very beginning, guys. And we hit it. All right? We absolutely hit it. Stream, by the way, the games are live. Have you seen the streamer writes the name to her thigh or something? I actually have never seen that. Okay. I'm not going to delay too much longer. We do have scrims already going, and Juxie's already finding Nox, which tells me, can't not show you guys the gameplay. That being said, Limbox is up here already in purple. I'm going to update his total. 119. What is this now? 323. 323 subs from Limbox. A level 12 hype train. And the start of the very first Premier League scrims here. Guys, I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for the future of this one and for the future of this competition coming up here. I'm missing quite a few kills, but I'm still thinking. I wasn't even here, but I saw the hype train. I know that RJ donated. He's predictable. He has passion. He has passion. Now, I will say at 120 subs, can someone calculate how many hours that was? Because I don't think my subathon timer got it right. 120 subs is... Alright, you guys are going to kill me for being outside a game doing this. 119 times 15, divide by 60. Okay, we should be at 29 hours now. 30 hours. Okay, I can't add more than what you see here. You guys are going to have to remind me to add... Oh, no, there we go. Okay, this is the highest I can go. Let me know to add 3 hours tomorrow. That's gonna be the big one. Okay. Icarus with the one pin! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Oh my god, 1 penny from Icarus! Fuck, bro! I can't believe it. Oh shit! I gotta hydrate! Fuck! Stop! Oh shit. Okay. I have to deliver on a hydrate from Small Guy and a hydrate from Dr. Suz. I'm gonna shit myself by the end of this stream. Someone died while I wasn't here. Fuck. The reaction's opposite to that of a stripper. You may be right. Okay. Let's lock in. Scrims are going on here. 19 squads are remaining. Ottawa Garnet is the first team to go down. There are plenty of teams rotating in. The majority have found themselves to Bean or the Cedo Station area. There's a couple teams that aren't quite in it yet. We'll jump on over to none other than KSU Gold here, up on high. The Newcastle Shield's doing a lot of the legwork here, but Wrecked Emporium will still find a knock drop down onto Howl in the meanwhile. Couple of long-range Sheila shots will secure the KP there, and in the end, Minnesota State Mavericks aren't super far away as well. It will be Temple University losing out on Hootils. Simplicity out to the choke of Checkpoint, and with this Crafter and Revive, should be good. All right. Whose downfall am I praying for? Right here. None other than the ISU Farmers. I want to see these boys challenged. I want to see them absolutely screwed in the exchange. Hawaii does lose out, it looks like, to SCC. Tyler sucks. I don't know why he's calling himself Tyler. right now. That's a little weird. That's Group T. All right, let's take a look at zone. We got none other than Cumberland University here. Mark Hitting Marks is all the way up in the central position, SCC. Zephyr, what do you think about the Season 28 stuff? Huge fan of the Catalyst. Huge fan of the fuse changes. Dropship, no surprise there. They were going to change that one due to retention, etc. Anyways, RIT, and of course, the man himself of the hour, Limbox. Hold on, let me write it on my forehead here. Okay, it's on my forehead now. Welcome, Singular Frog. Thank you for the 20 stream streak. Sadly, while I was doing it, we did see the end down here of ISU's full take. Those SECs have their school clan that's hard as fuck. Hey, KSU's got it too. The Phoenix clan tag for Cumberland. The reason why they don't use CUM is for obvious reasons. ISU's going to face some difficulties on the rotate in. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm about as frazzled as it gets right now. The Guelph Griffins, shout out to Mouse. We'll see how this one develops. In front of them, Purdue Gold. And in front of them, University of Houston Red. The Cougs, shit, they got to hit some shots one of these days. Law's going to drop a long-range, at least incendiary grenade as that Newcastle wall comes out here for Dreamcast and crew. Sage already knocked down. Alex with a knock as well. We'll see how it goes. Vengeance, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Law did, in fact, get promoted. Looks like Guelph's got them pinched. In reality, will strike here for the Purdue Boilermakers. I like this play with the Valkyrie. You got to get out at some point. The only question is, do they die on the exchange? Sage is but a tick. Samus G and Dreamcast have no health to their name. And by the grace of God, only one goes down. Sage is already able to climb this one back in, but Texas A&M with the drop could lead to more. It looks like on the inside of building, Dreamcast might be able to get these revives off. No one's pushing this. Holy shit. Yo, low-key, thick booty enjoyer destroyed you on Reddit. Don't, you know, it's a truth. It's a truth in the pudding, man. The big guy absolutely destroyed me. Now, KSU Black will face difficulty surviving here at the hands of teams like KSU Gold. As a result, 2 for 2, 2806 Kashi, 2540 Bachi. Why is Enlightened's name that? Anyways, KSU Gold, they're not going to die. Mark Hitting Marks gets a response of necessary exchange here against Cumberland University. It looks like Slasher and Syken going to be able to pull this one back, utilizing, at least for now, that Alter 1. Ooh, Limbox would say, you're welcome. Actually, he just died, so he should be in here. Holy Cumberland strat. Yeah, the strat of sending the Alter out and just calling it back. It is the Cumberland of strats. All right, most teams aren't quite in here. Meanwhile, speaking of one in particular, ISU, we saw their initial fight successful against Southeastern. Across from them, the new West Virginia Wesleyan roster, Dean PS, Oh, ya Duke. Familiar faces. Rect Emporium with the drop onto RIT Jack. It does look like it's a full thirst here in the center. Anyways, Y Envy joins this roster for the very first time. They've got that position on the far right-hand zone. WVWC, that's West Virginia Wesleyan. Now, will be Marks Hitting Marks or none other than future streams, getting a couple of knocks and memes. RIT Tigers will go down the center of Cedo Station, and this man single-handedly could be wiping out CSU Gold there. Kanji character doesn't even get the chance to respond. In the end, that's going to be Cumberland clearing out the north side.
Well, I'm stuck running Scrims, pal.
Who am I hearing right now? Who am I hearing right now?
No, it ends in 2 hours.
Who is running Scrims and who has their mic on? Who has their mic on? Yo, turn off your mic.
Get home today,
We'll see who gets it. I don't know who's hosting Scrims. Looks like West Virginia's got pressure in ISU, but not before the Guelph Griffins are going to be rotating in from the other side here. Point blank, nowhere to go. 57, Zakuria unable to find the knock they need. Just the crack for now. The rest of this roster, oh so slow. He's not speaking Spanish. He's definitely speaking English. Anyways, up to height, ISU Farmers. They're in no better of a situation from trying to get outside of this choke. Trying to get a couple of steals from Tyler there. They will launch into the sky utilizing the Valkyrie ultimate. And West Virginia have gotten themselves to safety. Here comes the likes of them dropping down for the center of Cedo Station.
You not get paid the same budget?
That guy's trying to steal my thunder. West Virginia loses out on one, but CU Boulder just as much here on the side. A 2v2 situation for Colorado and the likes of West Virginia. Yeah, man, getting any PTO for that? Should probably just mute him. I don't know how. Anyways, final circle for Cedo Station. Looks like UH Red's got none other than Bellevue University. The first time we'll see this roster definitely fighting for this one. Feet Lover living up to the name and stinking and smelling those socks here for Bellevue. A couple of Sparrow ultimates aren't even necessary as Bellevue University take out the western side. Guelph Griffins, they're going to fly in a little bit later here, and they will be able to present themselves within the zone alongside just about everyone else.
What happens if you have like a 60-hour week because of all the travel? Like, what do you do for that?
Yeah, what happens if you have a 60-hour week, bro? When you have a 60-hour week, what happens?
So it doesn't matter. That's so funny. You technically had like a 60-hour work week, and you only get.
I don't know what he's laughing at. A couple of long-range knocks here against West Virginia Wesleyan. They are down to a trio. CU Boulder around the knockdown shield. Come on. One quick follow-through. That'll be all said and done here inside the building.
Let's say you travel an extra 10 hours that week and had 50 hours. There's no way of compensating you for that.
All right. I need to know who this admin is because they single-handedly have made this a hilarious stream. Bellevue University with a trade of one against Muffins there, but not before Tamu Maroon will be finished off between Juxi and Vatari. It's Sean? I do not know who Sean is. Tell Limbox I wrote his name on my forehead. All right. Anyways, Vatari and Juxi there. Double duo. Able to get their third back into play in the form of Muffins here. Meanwhile, ISU, the Iowa State Farmers, starting to move into CU Boulder. They successfully were wiping out West Virginia. Now they got to hold a candle to the likes of Group T and his aggressive squad here. It does look like Asian Hulk Bro will be stepping in today instead of Kamaldo. A Tamu Maroon, more like Tamu Moron. Genius. All right. Asian Hulk Bro, first knock found onto Andrew, but the trade of one. TI into the inside here. A 45's got to sing a lot better than that, Group T. Meanwhile, Asian Hulk Bro could look for this just as much. Just for this game, Asian Hulk Bro, good to know. Bellevue just got a knock onto Purdue, and that's the third squad they've wiped out here as the ISU Farmers are going to play for the reset. Andrew is that Newcastle, and with the gas trap down, they're going to go for the revive. Here we come. Teleport through the other side. You've landed yourself right in the face of CU Boulder. No single melee, no single damage. Finally, a double knock on the other side from Koryu. A teleport to the outside, back into the interior, and CU Boulder goes down at the hands of the Farmers. 8 squads remaining. You have Indiana University out west, Bellevue sharing the outside with the St. Clair Saints, UCF Knights up top, Cumberland on the inside, Minnesota out west, Guelph towards the south, and yes, ISU coming on in here in a little bit. St. Clair Saints have hosted a position in this zone for quite some time, but Vatari's got himself his hands on a Kraber. There's ISU's rotating by the nick of the concrete of that wall will save themselves. Juxi with a knock on that rotate from Indiana here as a little bit of damage from Minnesota. They're going to rotate out here towards the side against the Iowa State Farmers. The Sheila will burn through your knockdown. That's it for Asian Hulk, bro. A final shot down on the knock Koryu. Somehow Speed Demon was traded to Sykin here from Cumberland University. We might see an ISU recovery. Group T is going to be playing this one small, out into the ocean, behind the knockdown, only a tick of health, a teleport to the main POI itself, and Group T has but nothing to work with. It's going to be a double knock drop from Vatari onto Mouse and Zakaria. Bellevue University en route for a 4th or 5th full wipe here. First miss of the Kraber for him, and we've missed 2 great shots, so I know he can hit them. Juxi gets future streams drop down, or I assume it's future. There's the smoke removal, and Vatari single-handedly is going to ape these guys. There's the Newcastle reset, so no efficiency on the nades. The other side of the walls, and it might force Bellevue back for now. Group T still alive inside the building. Minnesota's working this one in step by step and should finish off ISU here in just a second. Meadsy's got your name, number, address, and entire location out ahead of you here. Quick burn on the back. Looks like another knock onto Indiana all the way on the outside. They're able to get another recovery here, even with all of this pressure. St. Clair Saints, they at least have zone for now. Bellevue's got an even better position. But these 3 teams down here, Cumberland University, Minnesota with the first start of their rotate right into the Guelph Griffins. You got Zakaria down. Aren't you gonna... They're gonna Valcult. Okay. To play for the heart of zone, they're not gonna follow through on the Guelph Griffins with 21 seconds for the rotate. You gotta pray they get somewhere set up here. Speed Demon's gonna be the one we watch. Castle Wall is critical. Is able to get that one out on the side of zone. St. Clair Saints trying to set up just as much as well. Feet Lovers down below. Saves the day for Bellevue. And now, from this high ground position, should be able to wipe these late rotates here. Kraber for the reload on the outskirts. Juxi gets the drop. A quick peek away for Sloshy Medusa against the UCF Knights. As it's going to be a double collat here from Vatari for the second floor reset. A full rotate ahead, and for St. Clair Saints, a single Kraber shot turns them to dust here. Down below, Cumberland University sticks their revive. UCF have reset on the inside of building. Indiana up north, Minnesota out west. And the only question I have is, will Bellevue University send it upon the Cumberland Phoenix roster here? Sykin and Slasher, no health to their name. Bellevue are up above, and they truly could punish this out. There's that first nade from Juxi. No real response, just a bit of damage on the setup here. They'll start to turn their attention to this rotate ahead. Minnesota's already beginning to turn their attention towards the other side of Cedo to prevent this rotate in particular. No kidnap here from Juxi. Indiana pressuring with missiles against Minnesota. There's that early Sparrow ultimate from Muffins. At least it's information. Another tactical down here. And to be honest, I think Minnesota might be the first to truly move. There's the early ping here from Bellevue to set themselves up for this next zone ahead. Indiana will go down to rotate from UCF. And honestly, I think this is a Bellevue dub. But Muffins will get sniped out here from Meadsy. Cumberland rotates out to the east. Minnesota will rotate forward, and that gives Bellevue the opportunity to play the western side alone. Cumberland, though, has height up above in this equation and can always rotate this one forward and shoot from above. Marks the lead. Muffins down again here. There goes the remnants of Bellevue. One final remaining member. Schmalz v. Juxi. Juxi v. Schmalz. Arrow Gamer, thank you for the follow. Minnesota State Mavericks are down at the hands of the #1 ranked man here. Muffins for a reset, but there is no Vatari. Cumberland turned their attention right across from the UCF Knights. They're finally outside here, and they face a difficulty right with Bellevue in front of them. The EMP from Slasher will start these fights off, but it's not before the building has been removed. Drone will be destroyed here on the inside. The UCF Knights, though, are more than healthy. Cumberland out to the low ground. Somewhere Bellevue remains. up on high, though. UCF Knights will find Bellevue in the corner here, and they'll take a brunt of damage in the meanwhile. Bellevue will go down, but it's at the trade of one here. Marks hitting Marks, doesn't find the knock. The zone is ticking. In the end, though, Cumberland from the low ground find the dub. Cumland with the win. Slasher, Future, I assume, and Syken here. Okay, another hydrate. Please. I only have so much stomach capacity. Standings. Cumberland University leads the pack with 23 points, but it is barely, and I mean barely, ahead here of Bellevue University. Sorry for yapping, Zephyr. It's okay, Aero Gamer or Sean. It was very funny. Someone tell Limbox I have his name on my forehead. Hold on. Limbox, I have my name on your forehead. All right. So, 22-point, 23-point race here between Bellevue and Cumberland. I know for a fact, though, that altar is critical to Cumberland's strategy. 7 kills, 2,100 damage on the likes of Future here. I mean, what was the pick rate? Legend pick rates? I mean, it's right there. Valkyrie Newcastle might go first, but it is a ticking time bomb for their success. Did you watch Kraber? I saw your double collat on SCC. That was pretty sick. I did miss your double knock against the Guelph Griffins, but I did see your double collat knock onto SCC, and that was fucking sick. All right. UCF Knights, 13 to their name. Minnesota State Mavericks and the ISU Farmers, 11-11. Yo, how does Collegiate League work? Hard to find information on the breakdown. No problem. I assume your name is Josh. If it's not, JP, whatever it may be, it's a pleasure. Welcome to the stream. There are 3 leagues in Collegiate. There are Premier League, which is the Tier 1. There is a Contenders League, which is the Tier 2. And then there's Open, which is the Tier 3. Each of these leagues have 40 teams each. They respectively play out 6 weeks straight, and then the best teams will then compete in a playoffs. The playoffs is a match point format at the end of it. It's very standard to most of Apex that you've seen. If you want to ask a deeper question, I'm more than happy to get into it, but all you really need to know is that you're currently watching Scrims with some of the best teams in college right now. The official premier match days are on Fridays. Contenders are on Saturdays. And for Collegiate as a whole, Octane is the biggest league, but there are 3 other major leagues I also cover here on this channel. NECC, which is on Saturdays. Play Versus on Thursdays. Don't know how that's going to go. ECAC on Mondays, which can be kind of a snooze fest. But the reality is, Octane is the premier competition. Okay, so where are the other 20 teams in Premier League, and do all 40 teams compete each Friday? So for Premier League Scrims, not everyone, of course, signs up for Scrims. If you've watched Comp Apex, you surely know, of course, not everyone has the time. Not everyone can make the Scrim session, and so it is priority towards as many Premier teams as possible. So there are 20 other teams. This is just Scrims, though, so they don't have to be here. They're just getting practice in. Do all 40 teams compete each Friday? Yes. All 40 teams compete each Friday in Premier League in 2 lobbies, upper lobby, lower lobby. You get more points in the upper lobby. You get less points in the lower lobby. The bottom 8 teams from the upper lobby drop down every week. The top 8 teams from the lower lobby upgrade each week. And that's to keep relegation on the mind of the teams consecutively. You want to be in that upper lobby consistently alongside great teams like Bellevue and Cumberland, etc. If you got any more questions, happy to answer them. More people need to learn more about Collegiate, and I'm always there. By the way, we'll start a prediction here. Over under Bellevue, 9.5 KP. Over under. Get your bets in. I'll give you guys 2 minutes on that one. Let's jump back into game. Oh, the server's just barely starting. Could have gone it. Aren't there promotion matches or something, or am I tripping? Naxlow, friend of the family here from Utah. The first week of play for Premier League is a seeded lobby to decide who goes to upper and who goes to lower every single other week. So I guess the way to explain it is basically 2 lobbies, top 20, top 40. After week 1, we put the best teams in the upper lobby. We put the worst teams in the bottom lobby. In Premier League, if you finish in the bottom 8 in that upper lobby, you get in the next week, you go down to lower. And then in the lower lobby, if you finish in the top 8, you switch. Okay? And that is every week for 6 weeks straight. And that's to make it so that it's not just the race for the top number 1 position. It's also a race to not be the bottom 8, right? So it keeps people playing aggressively and a little bit more, with a little bit more onus on every single match. If you're in the upper lobby, you get more overall points for playoffs, okay? If you're in the lower lobby, you get less points for playoffs. It is still kind of weighted, where 20th in the upper lobby does not get more points than first in the lower lobby. That particular point breakdown I don't have on hand. Octane definitely does. All you really need to know is that 40 teams compete every Friday, and at the end of it, a couple of them are going to get a jump in playoffs. All right? They're going to play well, they're going to play better in playoffs, and they're going to move forward. The specific rules, I mean, they come down to math. Yo! Huge shout out in chat to Wyatt. This is a man who eats it like no other. Some say dry, I say wet. This is a guy who loves collegiate more than anyone else. And it's his first time, or his second time watching Collegiate Apex. He's locked in. He is also the host of the Apex podcast. He's an absolute legend and honestly a dear friend of mine. I love Wyatt. He's a great guy. He's locked in. He's trying to understand more of this. Anywhere to see which teams are upper lower bracket and players for each team? Just found out my alma mater has a team in Premier League. Yo! What team? Let me know. What team have you got in Premier League? I'll do my best. I'll say this. There is an official spreadsheet that goes out. No fucking way. The U.S. Naval Academy, they are officially new to Premier League. They just qualified for the very first time. Okay, I did not say that. I said something else, and you guys, you're mixing up my words. There is a sheet. If you want to stay up to date, the best, at Octane Collegiate on Twitter is where you get a lot of great information. If you're following me on Twitter, I also will drop information weekly. Shout out to the U.S. Naval Academy. They had to win the very final game of qualifiers to make it to Premier League, and they did. It was sick as fuck. Now the Guelph Griffins here. We saw them make it to the end game last time around. Located in Canada, this roster just lost their star player Future Streams, and they've made a major replacement in Mouse. Yo, JP Fisher. I'm sorry, JP Isher. I'm sorry, Mr. Wood. I would say it correctly. Either way, the 5 subs are absolutely immaculate. I seriously, JP, I'm gonna need you to pick a color for the stream sign as we'll watch the Guelph Griffins get rotated on from behind. None other than the Boilermakers coming on through here for a push against the grab lift. Big damage, blue and gold, damn straight. Shout out U.S. Naval Academy. All right. I'll get to that in a second. For now, though, we gotta see how this fight plays out. Guelph still on white shields. This is a huge advantage for the Purdue squad. Little rotate around the back, and the Spitfire is ripping. It's a trade of 1-for-1. Where is Dreamcast? There is Samus. The Newcastle reset on the other side of the wall, and Dreamcast will rotate through and find the knock onto Zakaria there to eliminate the Sheila Rampart from play. Only 2 members down. Guelph Griffins are already on the low ground. Mouse and Clankoff are moving away from this one. There's that low ground reset from Mouse to try and save the day here. The minute Zakaria is brought back up, though, Mouse will fall in return. It is 1 final remaining member for the Guelph Griffins here. Clankoff should be running for the hills. We're going to move to the ISU Farmers because I guarantee you they're going to break out into fight here. Yeah, I mean, this is... It seems like the fight was already started miles away. University of Ottawa Gaming Garnet will be the first team eliminated from the lobby here, and it's ISU Farmers, an aggressive roster, never slow to the take, and now we officially have Kamal. Last time around, we had Asian Hulk Pro stepping in. Let me get JP's name up here. JP. And let's get the gold. Wood. 1, 2, 3, and of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much, man. Bro, dang, ISU are good. I don't know why I've been hating on him. You know, Group T's got a mouth. He thinks he is the Thanos of collegiate, as he likes to purport for himself. So, some will say I'm overrated. This is a team that could end up being overrated right here, though. Minnesota State Mavericks just got Meadsy from the University of Calgary, and now they're in a situation where KSU Black are right alongside them here. A little fadeaway Shaboogaloo from Kindly Monkey, but realistically, I don't know if we'll be seeing them fight anytime soon. Take a look at CU Boulder on their rotate in. UHE has this building under control. CU Boulder's just going to wrap right next to them for now. Most teams aren't quite in it yet, but the RIT Tigers are losing 2 at the hands of Purdue Gold. It's a damn good game for the Boilermakers here. Already with a knockdown, they will launch back for setup, utilizing the castle wall for Purdue. Sage is low, but they have given themselves coverage here against the likes of the RIT Tigers, not to mention Southeastern Oklahoma is right alongside them in the center of Pylon. Also, shout out to the Guelph Griffins. They were able to get their teammates back up into play here. 19 squads still in it. Is the guy who gifted 120? Yes. Limbox officially plays for Kennesaw State Black here. All right, little reset. Most teams aren't quite in. Teams like Indiana are rotating a hell of the way outside of this one. ISU's coming in from Stormcatcher. Most squads are still fighting this one forward, but you know who we have to worry about? The team that dominates them all. Always prevalent, always here. That was a really smart play to save them, by the way. Anyways, Minnesota are likely dead in the next couple of seconds here. Juxi, I don't know if that's particularly... What are we doing? Guys, I have a lot of love for Bellevue University, but this is the most chuddy take I've ever seen them do for sending this. What was that? Okay, well, Bellevue will be back. Limbox and crew from Kindly Monkey is able to find a knock on a Juxi from afar there. Kindly Monkey taken low, and I'll tell you what, Bellevue University could be going down here at the hands of KSU. Limbox is choking this one out, though. Unable to get the wall down. Muffins will get the knock. It's not before a reset themselves. That being said, Juxi and Vaudry are still alive here. Juxi with the recall. Muffins for a reset. Vaudry stepping up to height here. And KSU Black make their way back to the building. I'll tell you what, this is going to end, whether you like it or not, in a flame of fires here by this building. At some point, we'll see how it goes. If only he could go for his wallet in-game as well. God damn. No. KSU Black's not bad, all right? I'll tell you what. KSU Black is not a terrible roster. They're pretty damn good in their best fight forward. Still 19 squads remaining. And I'll tell you what, this is some of the best quality scrims I have ever seen from the folks here at Octane Collegiate. Now, most teams will be able to get into zone. ISU Farmers, they might be the first team to find us in another fight ahead here. UCF Knights do hear this rotate, but the ISU squad are just as ready for this one. Yeah, the fact that Bellevue is playing and there are teams alive is crazy. I mean, they're on the very edge of zone, so we'll have to see how this run breaks out. Indiana University, by the way, they do have the Valkyrie, so they don't have to take this fight. There are a couple of very, okay. Jukesy with the knock, Bellevue with a push here. Vattery's already around the corner, and there will be a reset for Indiana, but an immediate smoke and a push from Vattery tells me I don't think they'll be lasting for long. Swipe down here, a break on the shields, a port through the wall, and Vattery could chain this out, or he could just let Jukesy handle it. They will find them easy and peasy here towards the northern side. It is a first wipe for Bellevue in this game on their hunt for the 9.5 that I put in the predictions. A couple other squads right next to each other. West Virginia Wesleyan breaking the pylon from Texas A&M Maroon. Lobster and Swifty are filling in for No You and Grap. And Dean PS with that first knockdown says maybe goodbye to the Aggies here. A port around the back. Why Envy? She'll find the drop onto Lobster. And only one remaining Aggie is alive down below. Swifty ratting this one out. Woo! Keep your finger on the trigger here. Swifty's got to keep this one quiet because West Virginia, the saving grace against them is the fact that they do not have scan information. They do not know Swifty's ratting this one out up above. And you know what? They're just going to assume he ran off. Most teams are in zone here. What is RIT doing? RIT is going to fly in potentially right into the face of Bellevue. Hey guys, look, there's a random person alone. We should wipe them out. Oh shit, it's Muffins. Never mind. Oh, let me never speak bad about this man again. I was about to dunk on him. Holy shit. Oh my god, this team's completely alone. Never mind. Hey, that CC finalist is still alive. RIT Jack stuck in the corner here. We'll see how it goes. SCC just got a knock themselves, and you got to question, where is it? UH Red on the other side just breaking down the castle wall. Cork Blunt, I love your name. Maybe I love it a little bit more than U of H right now. St. Clair footing this one forward. One move at a time. Rusty's down below, and that's arguably the best member here from the St. Clair Saints. Couple of full thirsts get to come through, and that will be Rusty's banner down. We'll see how it goes. Out through the door there. Lucky will find the crack as ISU, Minnesota are fighting in the kill feed. UH Red, they've got no health to their name. And Alex and the Law should be gone for this world. I mean, just send it, guys. Maybe they don't know. Holy shit. Okay. Well, they've got a little bit of analysis here. I mean, I kind of want to move and go watch this because it's much more interesting. SCC will find a full thirst, but not before ISU gets another major knockdown. U of C, they'll pull themselves back together as Southeastern's trying to fight for zone here. Guelph Griffins, they don't look much better with the West Virginia Wesleyan squad continuing to get aggressive. Bellevue University just wiped out the likes of Purdue here. Tam and Maroon are down to 2, and Bellevue University are playing the very, very western side of this zone. Let's take a look at Southeastern. They got a couple of rotates around the back. Texas A&M will go down. There's the chase. Clankoff's going to try to pull this one off, but in the end, West Virginia, they're more than happy to finish these kills from afar. YMV's already leading it. There's the G7 Scout slide advantage, and the shield comes up just as quickly as it goes down. West Virginia with the wipe towards the southeast, and this lobby explodes. So many teams had died in this exchange, and ISU lose out on one as a result. Here comes Hawaii up to height to make the trade. Banana on this roster again for the first time in a long time, as Kamal the Big Turk gets the job done here. Group T is alive, and it is up to Collegiate Thanos to finish off Hawaii from behind the knockdown shield. There will go Hawaii, but not Koryu is officially down. By the way, Cork Blunt, I want to give you a special shout out. You just officially got me to 1,900 followers. I know it's not a lot of followers, but it genuinely means the world to me. Thank you so much. Every single 100's huge for me. Every single 100. I haven't been streaming long enough to take it for granted. Tattoo my name right on my dick. I want every girl to see it. Cork Blunt. Honestly, fitting. Anyways, ISU Farmers for the reset. We'll see how it goes. 3v3 here. West Virginia Wesleyan. They've shown they're no slouch. And why Envy? Well, shit, she's got the car and G7 in scan. There's the drop onto Kamal. And I'll tell you what, Wyatt, you may be a fan here, but for ISU, it doesn't look like they'll be your man. Dean PS and YMV fast on this rotate. ISU's got to be even faster to get out of this one. Tyler bringing... Oh, it's just too early of a port. I mean, it gets not Koryu out of dodge. And for the ISU roster, they never really get a chance to reset there. Shout out to West Virginia, truly looking unstoppable. KSU and Minnesota share the exact same building. Bellevue, they've got themselves the start of the end here for Temple University. Simplicity stuck behind the knockdown shield, and with 39 damage, you're gonna have to do a hell of a lot more to stop the force that is the Bruins. Here comes the Bellevue Bruins right around the back. A port point blank means goodbye to the Owls. Temple University eliminated down below. KSU Gold's vengeance here, playing this out from the building. West Virginia all the way towards the east, and the absolute chaos that is this setup. Oh, you Duke just got a drop onto Digi, but the reset comes through for the likes of CU Boulder here. Somehow UCF Knights are also still in it, and they're going to start out with some huge damage from the phase. Sloshy Medusa does have, I mean, they do have the beacon on Sloshy Medusa, so they could bring the Knights back into this if they want. Yeah, not much to say there. KSU, Minnesota, they're all going to have to rotate at some point. West Virginia Wesleyan, they got to stop the onslaught that is Bellevue, arguably the only roster left in this lobby that is currently better than them. There's the break on the shield, and for Bellevue University, it is 1 foot, 2 foot at a time. The castle wall is almost completely eliminated, and it will force the likes of West Virginia to move here. We got a little fight between KSU and Minnesota in the kill feed, but this is the fight that decides the end of the game. Nice wrap around the back from Vattery there. A peek behind the mobile shield, and West Virginia Wesleyan, as damn good as they've been in game 2, they will give up their spot to Bellevue. Not without a fight, though. Minnesota State Mavericks, we jump back on over, and they're pretty much already done here. Meadsy's sitting on flesh on the outskirts. CU Boulders up above, and there you go. KSU Black and Minnesota, they start the fight, and they also lose the fight there. It is just CU Boulder, 1 rat from the UCF Knights, 1 rat from KSU Gold, and the winners of this game, Bellevue University. If you say any otherwise, then you just don't know Collegiate Apex. You guys, who do you want to watch for the end game? Do you want to watch Jukesy, Vattery, or Muffins? Because they're about to win it. There's no way I will literally sell my left nut if CU Boulder lose this. Okay? Or if... Hold on. That's not what I meant. Muffins deserves it. Dibs on your left nut? Alright. Here you go. Muffins. A little Muffins view. We never watch Muffins. Alright, alright. Sparrow to begin with. Muffins does get that break immediately there on the other side. Jukesy's already posturing and gets the break onto the rampart, as we just saw there. Muffin's gonna lay this one into the Newcastle wall, and that will give CU Boulder nowhere to run. That'll be Vengeance wiped out. Jukesy takes out Peanut Butter's okay. The phase is sniped from Vattery. A beautiful Sparrow ultimate here from Muffins. A full send and a beam to height sends Bellevue to their winning game 2. I mean, there's literally no possible way for anyone else to win that. It is Bellevue University. Bellevue University is the best team in collegiate right now. And it is, here is Bellevue. USM has to prove themselves again. And then we got the rest. Dr. Funk, welcome to the chat, and congratulations on getting the subscription. Shout out to that emote. It's one of my favorites of all time. All right, let's take a look at the scoreboard. I asked you guys before that game, over under 9. Oh, fuck, a hydrate again? Okay. There you go, not Koryu. Bozo, fuck you. Guys, please stop hydrating me. Another? Holy shit. Why do we have so many? I have to go get another. Let me end the prediction and start another one. This is my third can in the night. I think I'm going to die. Bellevue with 32 points, 20 kills. It was an insanely easy over. We're going to target specifically Jukesy now. 7 first game, 8 the second game. Let's put it right on the line. Start prediction. Jukesy over under 7.5 KP over under. You guys got 5 minutes to get that in. There you go. 8 p.m. Eastern. I've got my schedule down below here on Twitch as well as on my Twitter, JP. You can tune in. I can't guarantee that I will be watching the U.S. Navy. I can only hope that I am. That being said, there's always a stream for both lobbies. If I'm not covering the primary lobby, someone else is. I have to go get another soda. Hi, Lewis. It's everybody's favorite star of the Zephyrcast stream. I know you love him. I love him too. It's none other than Lewis. Shout out whoever gifted a sub to Buttface Brown. So true. Hello. Boop, 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 boop. Beep-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. What happened to Lewis Cam? He's too big for Lewis Cam now. He just runs around the room all the time. Why is he so long now? Because he's big. Tail in my mouth. I got a mustache. All right. Get down. There you go. All right. A little check-in with Lewis, and more importantly, a little check-in to the next map here. We'll be moving on to World's Edge. The overall standings puts Bellevue ahead at 54 points, 24 for Cumberland University, ISU Farmers with 21, and the UCF Knights with 20 as it stands. If you want to know any of the other points, here you go. Take a quick look. Minnesota, CU, KSU, West Virginia, St. Clair, KSU, Indiana, Guelph, Temple, Purdue, Hawaii, TAMU, Houston, Southeastern, RIT, and Ottawa Garnet. All right, guys. Let's get on to World's Edge. Get your predictions in while you can here. Oh, we got some hefty money on this one already. Okay. I have some hydrates to redeem. My stomach actually hurts, but I have quite a few hydrates to redeem. Why does soda hurt so much? Also, yeah, why are we triple doing trials? What is this? What is Southeastern doing? Is West picked up at all? Oh my god! It's empty! It's empty! Holy shit. Tamu script. Tamu gets all of Western Tribals for themselves, optimizing the Chud Max route here for Southeastern. If you guys want to know why Southeastern's so bad, It's because the actual good players at Southeastern Oklahoma failed their classes, and so now Vortec has to play with 2 different people now who are just not as experienced. So that's why Southeastern is looking chuddy this semester. They were actually kind of okay. We might have to go check in with Bellevue University because it looks like the start of Stacks v Mod is happening a lot quicker than we thought. Here comes Muffins from the other side. We'll give Muffins some extra love here. Over to Height, and it lets you know that Temple University has gotten the triple reset on the inside. Callum. There you go. Simplicity with a knock and a full thirst on to Vattery. Spells what could be bad money here for the Bellevue Bruins. Muffins gets a knock on to Hoodles, and he'll stick a battery for now. 2v2 situation. Howell able to get this one set up. My God. Fraudery alert in real time. Fraudery alert. ISU Farmers currently in the top 4, and it's up to Kamal and Group T to keep the dream alive here. All right. Group T's around the back. A quick heal on the shield cell, and will it make the difference? No. Kamal's got to run this one out and away. He's got the Valkyrie ultimate here for the Iowa State Farmers if they want to get away. Into the skies they will go. Fissure is available. The closest reset for them isn't staging, but a team like Cumberland is also playing for it. Kamal will be able to get out alive. They're going to have to play towards this northern side a hell of a lot later here. YMV just got this knock onto SEC, and for Lucky and Abezi, they barely save Rusty here on the other side of the equation. Nice fence line setup from Abezi. That's going to prevent the full send, at least for a second, but not when YNV is on this roster now. This is not an unexperienced comp player. Coming from Insomnia, now at West Virginia Wesleyan, YNV single-handedly will run you down. Dean PS makes this roster an equally dangerous duo there. There's the crack. The knockdown shield's putting in some real work, and you have to question, where is Otyuduke? Because, I mean, that would make it just a guaranteed win. Nice fadeaway, and the single nade gets the job done just as Otyuduke arrives. The St. Clair Saints are the first team wiped out here. KSU Black versus none other than CC finalist, Mr. Jack. Kylie Monkey got the drop onto Not Rowan, and can you truly blame Jack? Here comes Money Hands McGee. Limbox around the other side. Ivy Burns has been knocked by Elixirs. There's the full thirst. And for Jack, you've got to run and gun this one away. The rest of KSU, I mean, they make short work of the Tigers. There goes Rochester. And we're down to 18. Invited to premiere, by the way. Let's not bring it up. All right. Bellevue University v Temple. Apparently, at some point, they were able to get the reset off onto Vattery and now turn this into, well, what is essentially free Bellevue KP. Jukesy with that one. We'll keep your predictions alive here, chat. Looks like the lobby's starting to get a little bit more absurd here. Cumberland just got their resets off on this team. Purdue Gold, the Boilermakers, are on the other side here. Future Streams is going to lead this one forward. Try see if they can get a knock. Southeastern, by the way, they've gotten something going on here. I mean, I'm more curious to see this because we've just gotten a knock for Southeastern. We made fun of them in the early game, but at least for now, they've currently found success against Indiana. Resets on the other side, but we know for a fact Indiana are down below here. Stuck on the inside. There's the door. They do have the Catalyst and the Newcastle if they want to make this one count. Slasher from Cumberland able to get a response. It's Galactic Executor here from Southeastern. Just barely misses out on the trade there, especially with those cat walls on the door. All right. We'll see if they can teleport in this one. And somehow, we've gotten the kidnap. Vortec, the best layer on this roster right now. A full thirst on a Cyber, and suddenly, the push on Indiana's looking a hell of a lot more real here. They've given themselves away. The door ain't looking much better there. A quick teleport to the inside, or at least up to Ruth for Vortec. Out and over towards the wall, and I mean, you're just not protecting yourself. Vortek really wants this one, but he has to be careful. It's an extended fight, and it comes at the cost of Flesh Found. Purdue's losing to the Guelph, or to Cumberland in the kill feed. Southeastern, what are we doing? Are we... Oh! It's an ISU Farmers third party! I was like, what's going on? Apparently the third parties come here from ISU, and I'll tell you what, they're gonna make this one look a lot more confident than the likes of Southeastern. I give it 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He likes the L-Star. 7, 8, 9, 10. I lied. Group T had to loot first. Do they even know this is a duo? Man, if they knew this was a duo, they'd just full send it. I ain't 20 on a jump. Come on. Come on. Papa says please. The door is open. ISU, they must not know. They don't know. Oh my god, it's a duo. Does this change their information? Do they go back to it? No. No, they gotta go play zone. Fuck. All right. Let's take a look at some of these zones here. CU Boulder v University of Houston down for 2, and UCF Knights on the other side. Yeah, old ISU full sends that without even thinking. I don't know what's happened to that roster, but that's not my ISU. That's a different team. I've never met them. They were 100% not paying attention. Even if they're paying attention, they still have to get to zone. Minnesota will find a drop onto Texas A&M all the way towards Epicenter. We'll see if they get that reset off. For now, Bellevue University, current lobby leaders, and the pressure ahead of that anyone expects here. A couple of great nades on the inside, but they'll likely all be dodged out. I'll never understand why players throw more than 2 nades in any given situation. 1, makes sense. 2, sure. Extra damage if you get lucky. 3 nades, there's no point. 3 nades, you're wasting the nades. Anyways, Juxie will be taken low. A port back for safety, and you got to get all the way back to that Nexus before Juxie's thirsted out here. The knockdown shield's got to do some serious lifting, and instead, it'll be a wipe. Cumberland University was on the other side of the equation here. We'll see how it goes. They have the advantage in terms of numbers, but Future will go down. Needs the support of his team right here. Syken and Slasher, and from behind the edge of chair, Muffins will be finally eliminated. Feet Lovers or Vaudery is still in. I mean, there you go, 35 damage. Quick slide around the back there, and this might be the end of Bellevue early, but it's got to come with it's got to come with Slasher. Slasher's got to get these resets, and they've got to beat Bellevue. Here we go. Cumberland's got 1 up, and are they going to fight this, or are they going to run it? Syken's being sticked. There you go, all 3 members. Bellevue are down to 2, and remember, it's Muffins and Vaudery, so it is the weaker of the pairings. Oh, shit. There's the tick to start this one off. Quick teleport back from Vaude. And I'll tell you what, Guelph Griffins are on the other side that could third party this if it truly does begin to explore some serious KP. I don't know what's going on here, but Purdue Gold, they'll be finished off by ISU. They're still playing the edge. Indiana could look for this here in a second. Somehow ISU flew into zone, and then now Indiana's ahead of them. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Bellevue back into the truck, but they run straight into Cumberland. It is a 16th place finish for Bellevue University. The lobby leaders have left the door wide open. Were there any collegiate players teams that made it to Sapporo? As fans, yes. As players, no. All right. Riley Mechanac. No, there was a former player. Okay, yeah. From UQter or UQTR, Riley Mechanac did used to play collegiate back in 2023. That I guess is one. Fraud Mechanac? Okay. We're just fucking around right now. Cheater Mechanac? For those of you who aren't part of the collegiate scene, anybody who is good is a cheater. Hey, that's pretty close. It is pretty close. UH Red, somehow they're still alive. They got Ottawa Garnet up above him here. CU Boulder's going to look for this. Point blank inside to the second floor. Long bottom got to drop onto 2 as Digi almost goes down. Peanut Butter's okay from the low ground here from CU Boulder. Will get that first knock, and they might have to look for a reset here. They're going to drop the Catalyst Wall, and that should be enough for them to at least get this recovery. But the UCF Knights, they want to pay the piper and punish those that falter here. There's the dash, the dive, the runaway from CU Boulder. And I'll tell you what, FaZe has got to hit these shots if it really matters most. All the way in the end there. That'll be said and dusted. UH Reds looking for their own kind of success here against the UCF Knights. There is also Cumberland University who could third-party this. Future Streams is no slouch to getting involved here. Here we go. EMP coming in from Slasher. I mean, the damage is done. Just send it, bro. Oh, no, that's Slasher's EMP. All right. Slasher's EMP. Psych him with a double nade knock. A teleport to the low ground, and you've got to beat out the Newcastle's wall here. Re-knock and a snipe. There goes the Cougs. UCF are on the other side of this equation, but realistically, it is a secluded 3v3 now. Plenty of teams left standing. West Virginia still in. Hawaii still in the truck. Minnesota from the bridge. KSU Gold playing down below. ISU Farmers somehow made it to the north side of zone. Here's Kennesaw Black on the outskirts as well. Southeastern are still in it. May, though, we chide them. Texas A&M Maroons got Zacharia really close nearby. They don't even realize that one. That's a invisible location there. Cumberland could be climbing up on this one. They will go for it. There's Future Streams up to height, but it isn't the sex they want. Here comes potentially EMP, 2% ready to go for Slasher. Could wait for it, could send it. Problem is you've kind of given it away now at this point, so they know you're here. Southeastern will face a knock at Minnesota as here comes the ISU Farmers. Down for the complete edge of zone again here against Minnesota. Schmalls for a full wipe against Southeastern, but that means Minnesota is separated in a 2v3 scenario. And even with the resets, ISU take this 9 times out of 10 here. Kamal with a double knock, not Koryu for 1 there. Actually, all 3 members got a kill. Congratulations. Let's take a look back at Texas A&M Maroon. None other than legendary fragger Swifties going to try to pick it up as they lead. And you know what? The damage counts here against Cumberland. You knock 2, Slasher will get sniped out, and Texas A&M and Cumberland finish the exchange. The Guelph Griffins, they've got no much better of a rotate here. Hawaii will face at least an initial knockdown on the Newcastle, but West Virginia Westland, they got peaks of their own here from the outside of Carton. With the knock already found, it's just going to be a hop, skip, and a jump for YMV here. Flesh, a reload, wrap around the corner, even with a shield swap. West Virginia get the wipe on Hawaii. They got the south side to themselves here. 5 squads remaining. ISU up above. Down on the low ground, KSU Gold hiding it out. KSU Black trying to posture this one. They'll find Ure with literally no health to work with. And that's it for the UCF Knights. The top 4 remain here. Take a look at this zone. The top 4 remain. And currently, it is West Virginia's dominance towards this zone. I mean, we do have the port play from Rec to get them up to height here, but I mean, this is just tough. I mean, most teams are moving away. West Virginia, they're back to their bridge, and the ISU Farmers, well, they're never... Callum says hydrate. I'll wait a second because it is the end game. Kamal and Tyler up to height. A teleport into the interior here from Not Koryu. Doesn't find the damage necessary, but will get the drop in response there. Another flesh found, and Koryu single-handedly is finding the knocks they need here. 1 remaining member for West Virginia, and the follow-through is oh so quick here. ISU's got to get these resets now. KSU Black is playing the center of zone. KSU Gold is rotated up to height here. And ISU, well, you're praying not Farmers, or you're praying not Koryu's going to come back alive here. He's got barely a pillar to work with. Tyler's playing the edge of zone, and Kamal's going to stick this one out. I mean, you should have moved behind the pillar to begin with. You lose out on not Koryu, and there's nothing you can do. A quick snipe against them in the face of the knockdown shield here. And from up on high, KSU Gold will find this knock onto Kamal. I mean, just, there's nothing you can do. It is now a KSU Gold versus KSU Black endgame. Tyler is still in it. And Group T could always be the difference maker for this roster. Oh, never mind. Limbox gets a snipe. All right, KSU Black versus KSU Gold. KSU Black has been playing together for a year in Contenders and now are into Premier, and they have jumped up to be the varsity squad. KSU Gold has the history of members like Wrecked Emporium Enlightened, but Vengeance and Kanji are fresh. Quick port play from KSU Black is punished. Can the JV team on height beat the varsity roster here? A catalyst wall from Limbox. Speed Demon. KSU Gold. It is their game to win. The hopes and dreams of JV rosters everywhere. But Elixir's already found knock number one. A big bunch of damage, and I don't even know why I tried to peddle success. KSU Black obviously wins that one in the end. It's just a skill disparity. There's a reason this is the varsity team. All right. 3 games done. They didn't turn off names, and they sandwiched us and then ran away from each other. Oh, I just threw up. I just threw up. Fuck. Ugh. I had chicken tonight. Anyways, let us jump back on over to the standings. How many hydrates does it take to make Zephyr throw up? The answer is more dinner. Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25 hydrates. That's apparently Zephyr's limit. 25 hydrates. Now, as you guys all know, we like predictions. I asked you guys before this one, over, under Juxie 7.5 KP. As you can see, Bellevue finished with only 3 to their name. Juxie with 1 alone. Congratulations to the under. Let's jump on over to player damage, because that's one of my favorite things to do. 2,300, 3,300, and 3,500. We're going to do the over-under. Start this prediction. Over-under 2,800 damage. Leader. Over, under. There you guys go. Prediction. Get it in. We'll be going back to World's Edge here in a second. This game's results, though. KSU Black. 8 KP in the win for a nice and solid 20. There is the ISU Farmers, though. Make notice of their KP there. It is the second highest alongside West Virginia Wesleyan. Both respectively finish fairly close there, 16 and 14. Cumberland University finds themselves, though, with the most KP in the lobby. Of course, future streams there on that altar. It's going to get a little tough for them now, though. No more altar. And that is the kind of linchpin of this roster right now. We'll see how it goes. 14 KP there, which is a standout given the fact that they did finish in 8th. KSU Gold only gets 4 KP, so they walk away with 13, even though they finished in 2nd overall. Now, in the overall standings, Bellevue are still on top, and because Cumberland and all these other teams kind of had a mixed result finish here, there is not much to say in terms of the switch-up. Cumberland's got 38, ISU Farmers got 37. That is still a 19 and 20 point difference between them and Bellevue. And for Bellevue, game 3 is but a fluke. They will be on their way to some extra KP and points here in just a moment. UCF Knights at 29 has got some distance to climb there, but the KSU Black roster and West Virginia do start to establish themselves within the top 10. Minnesota will start to fall. CU will fall as well. The biggest recoveries, though, University of Hawaii up to 11th, and Hawaii up to 13th. We'll see how this one continues to progress. There are still 3 games to go. We've got 2 on World's Edge, or 1 on World's Edge, 2 on E-District. let's jump back into game. Also, do I want to cast the Rivals match? I just don't know Rivals that well. I want to thank everyone for being here on what is the very first scrim of the season, in my opinion. This is the true Premier scrim because Premier teams were just decided this last weekend. So, very first Premier League scrim. Thank you for tuning in. I know I've been doing some outreach, some shorts, some content. Having a lot of good fun with all of that. Shoot me a follow on Twitter. Shoot me a follow on TikTok or any YouTube whenever you get a chance if you want to stay up to date with collegiate storylines. And, yeah, here on Twitch as well, of course. Just stare at Emma Frost's ass for an hour and say some random bullshit. God damn. You know, Marvel Rivals sounds like a great game to cast. Swanky Squid from West Virginia is sending me a message. The real user says cheeks and will be associated. Okay, yeah. I know. Everyone says the same thing about the logo. It's because they don't want to be associated with their thing. Okay. Anyways, back to game here. 20 squads remaining. Teams have moved on quickly. Temple University away from the big mod. They don't want to get caught by Bellevue again here. Southeastern also not starting on the western side of zone. ISU is also kind of starting to move in here. I'm surprised to say it. This roster never slows down. Aggro as it was in their first take against teams here in Countdown, that really set them back. This time around, they might turn their attention towards SEC. West Virginia, though, always at the height of some extra damage. How are my boys doing? Do I need to step in? I'm out of town. Guelph's doing, They're not doing super well, Plum Toaster. Zakaria just went down. Speak of the devil, and they shall arrive. Guelph are down 1 here. The RIT Tigers are always happy to finish it where it counts. There's a little bit of damage around the back, and come on, RIT. This isn't Grandma's game of Apex Legends. You gotta knock. Get some wipes. That's going to allow the Guelph Griffins to run away for free here. Not much more to say about it. Oh, we are getting some massive disconnects in lobby right now. Little Apex moment, chat. Yeah, Jack had to grab Waukee from Purdue Black. All right, most teams are still kind of trying to fight this one out. The ISU Farmers have walked into Texas A&M Maroon, and so far, it has been a rough day for this roster. Even still, though, Grapp with the nade will knock Group T down, and with no Newcastle on this team, there's not a quick way to revive them here. They are going to get that full thirst, and here comes the rest of Texas A&M, potentially to finish off Iowa State, my personal alma mater. Let me put on the ring while I still got it here. That's why they've been fucking up. I didn't have the ring on. All right, Texas A&M Maroon up to height. Grapp will start this one off as KSU Gold from top 2 down to elimination here. There goes Swifty, and Grapp has got to hit these shots. Lobbers with a peek on the stairwell, though, gets the knock onto Kamal, and it is not Koryu on this other side. Extremely low. It's up to Grapp for the 1v1 now. Not Koryu v Grapp here. And not surprised it was ever a question. Not Koryu was deciding to heal behind. Barely a knockdown shield there. Texas A&M come out on top. This is chaos. This is chaos. St. Clair v West Virginia, the winners of last game. KSU Black just went down. Minnesota State, they got a fight of their own here. Ottawa Gaming Garnet up on high. Big trades on the Faustus Festus, trying to put the snare down here. There goes the likes of Faustus. Loon will follow. And the Minnesota State Mavericks need just one more in this equation. 17-38. Hey, I'm like, hey, what's up? Oh no, trying to get my ass out of this fucking BOI. Okay, that's not very good. Anyways, Speed Demon's got you all the way on the side here. Knows your flesh, and I mean, you either run from this building or you will be caught out here. I mean, you just made yourself, literally, why take the jump pad? You just made yourself the easiest target on Earth. That's it for Gaming Garnet. We'll say goodbye to the University of Ottawa. And for Bellevue University, let's see if this game is a little less of a fluke here. Already Sloshy Medusa down, and Juxi is on the hunt to finish this one off here. Down below, Ur and the FaZe splitting the runaway. FaZe to the west, Yours to the right. That is going to allow the UCF Knights to survive this one out. Couple of major teams getting held out here in the Sky West area. Texas A&M after the fight against ISU, and CU Boulder also laying it on thick. Southeastern's going to rotate all the way around through Lava Fisher, but still could be held out by the Guelph Griffins here. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I may have spoken too soon. I said that UCF Knights were going to be able to escape. Problem. Bellevue also can split up. Juxi's around the other side here, and you got to pray you get that drone back to hide from Juxi, because he will find you. Clankoff goes down at the hands of Southeastern there on the side of Lava Fisher, and we'll see if that develops a little bit later on here. For now, FaZe is safe on the outside of zone. UH Red, they'll land right next to Purdue Gold here. They've already lost on one, but the trade on to Alex means that UH are down to almost none. A Catalyst wall on the other side to try to play for their life. Long bottom low, a jump through the wall. The wall is sitting on literally but a fraction of their health as the slow tick gets them up here. A quick rotate from Long Bottom is the only saving grace for this roster as they'll run out and away towards the Harvester. Now, Juxi was able to find that semifinal remaining member of UCF, and for Dot, you're just gonna have to make this one work. Out towards the stacks, there is a crafter available, and we'll see how it goes. Looking like Temple University over here towards the east could be running into Bellevue, and while they are a duo, they are a mighty one at that. Juxi and Vaudry being the next closest of two. Jack's got a knock on to Speed Demon, and here for Minnesota State, you've lost out on your best revive potential in Landside. Meadsy and Schmalls, two members who have got to find a way to thrive here. Southeastern with another knock on the edge of zone, and the Guelph Griffins are going to try to set themselves back up. There's Zakaria, now in full. Mouse trying to hang on for dear life, and back over the castle wall, they will fall. Long Bottom is found by Southeastern, as now Future Streams coming in from Cumberland here to third party this exchange. Southeastern with one knock, Guelph with another. The follow through from Future Streams, and single-handedly, Future can 1v3 this. That's for one, that's for two. A break on the walls, and you better pray you are invisible, because Future Streams does not screw around. Okay, maybe I hyped him up a little too much. Here comes Syken, though, and Slasher to make this a very clear finish. Try and see if you can get that full thirst. Able to actually find this one off. For Vortec, oh, okay, Vortec's actually pretty good. That explains this one a little bit more. Well, 2v1 situation for Vortec, and it does not bode well for Southeastern here. Gets the shield swap there in the last ditch break or neck moment. Drop onto Slasher. No shield swap this time around. Cumberland University for the wipe here. Texas A&M Maroon now holding out for dear life against Indiana University. Factor and Swipe. My gosh, they're barely set up in terms of Indiana literally has Factor still on white shields. You can ego that. Minnesota also was able to save themselves. Hawaii, RIT, CU Boulder, West Virginia rotating for Countdown, SCC in the choke. Here comes Bellevue University, though, with the Purdue roster split. This should be easy KP. Juxi with the first knock on a Dreamcast, and you have to wonder, will the rest of Purdue survive here? They are already out towards the edge of zone, and Rusty's found you on that separation, trying to run this one way out towards the western side. They could be able to put this one together. We'll just have to wait and see. Temple University, they're going to rotate for this choke, and just as quickly as they arrive, they find that there's a team waiting on the outside here. Bellevue might force them towards staging, and that honestly is a better goddamn decision than what we're seeing right now. You're towards that western end, and Bellevue fighting for their entry. You still could have Temple come up behind you. 13 squads remaining, and Juxi finds the knock onto Sage. Up above, Purdue Black will be finished off here, and Bellevue can focus their entire attention to holding out this backside if need be. I like this, though, from Temple. Just keep the rotate going. Just get outside the zone. Don't try anything fancy. Bellevue will have the prime advantage here in the inside of the landslide area. One nice scan will show us that, of course, it's going landslide. Where else would it go? St. Clair Saints will be coming in from choke here. Could always wrap this one behind. It's like the third party for Bellevue is a thing, but is it really? Juxie and Vattery here. Up on high. They've got their attention spared in all directions, but primarily, RIT has drawn the ire of this roster here. A couple of good snipes need to come through from Vattery if it means getting this knock, but with Hawaii and St. Clair not far away, and now, yes, a rotating temple, it ain't perfect. YMB, though, in the West Virginia squad, starts off with a Dean PS knock, and for Texas A&M, you're simply outclassed here. You don't have your primary rosters, and you know what? The only saving grace is Lobster apparently playing Mirage. This is the sub of the substitute, by the way, for Texas A&M. He is the best glue on earth, but he is glue. And you know what they say about glue? It's made from horses. Anyways. Swifties all the way out here trying to keep this one quiet against CU Boulder. West Virginia might lay stake and claim to the entire south side of Countdown. But you got Cumberland, UCF, and Minnesota fighting for a very similar setup here on that eastern side. Juxie will peek for height, and it comes at the trade of Ivy Burns. A reset already being stuck out, but not before Jack will go down here. A snipe from Hawaii. On the other end of the equation, Temple University, I told you, always can come into third party this one. It is just Muffins left to stand down below. Juxie is quickly crawling as they can to get involved here. Let's take a look at why Envy and crew, Texas A&M Rats, were found out, and the nades really make this difficult for Oat Duke here. It's now up to Dean PS and the namesake to get the job done. Marks hitting marks for Cumberland will be wiped out. A 175 beam for YMV showcases the excellence of this new roster, but Dean PS will still go down at the hands of Indiana because the third party is just too much to deal with. Slasher is left standing. Future streams will be brought into it. Indiana is low, and they're just getting sniped out here from the outskirts. Digi and Peanut Butter from CU Boulder pick up 2 of those kills. YMV with 1 from West Virginia, and we've still got to finish some of these fights here. YMB with a good drone break could start to stick this out, but instead turns their attention to Digi. One good tactical needs to count here because Digi's got missiles to work. Full thirst out ahead, and instead it is a rotate from the other side of Cumberland. Yes, Johnny, we are in fact getting the Collegiate Olympics. I'm about as happy as you are. 9 squads remaining. Let's see how it goes. Syken, Cumberland, Slasher. I mean, this is perfect high ground positioning. I'll be there. I can't fly out everybody. If you wanna fly out yourself, I will allow it. But I can't fly out everybody. Bellevue got a knock on the Howl, but not before Juxie goes down. Still, a couple nice long-range snipes from the likes of CU Boulder, and oh, I gotta see Bellevue die. Never mind, Temple win. Bellevue are still alive. All right, anyways. Future streams will extend this one out, and for Cumberland, they are not bad. Peanut Butter, Digi, and Andrew. Looks like Andrew's gonna have to rat this one out on the crypto. Schmal's finally working in the zone. RIT was able to get some resets off. SCC, we're probably gonna see them on their way out here. There goes the Newcastle with one final Valkyrie running for the hills. I can't imagine Rusty will last for long, especially with Minnesota literally right next to you. Andrew as a rat will be found out, and here comes Cumberland trying to set themselves up in zone. Hawaii took away this height from RIT, and with 7 squads remaining, we will make a very quick, I guess 6 here in just a second. Cumberland University got that slight height advantage against Minnesota all the way over on the side here. There is an EMP available in the low ground, will allow them to get the breaks they need onto Minnesota. Now you just need the knock drop here. Zipline prepped and ready for future streams, as there will be a knock on to the likes of UCF here from Bellevue. Yer will go down, the phase will follow suit. And here comes Bellevue to also finish the job on the Knights. They'll play this one back for now, as Gerald does get a snipe on UH, but they're not going to give away their height for the time being. Minnesota, they were able to get some very important heals off here, and they might run this straight into SCC. They don't even realize this. Oh my god. One bad peek and you are right along SCC. Ratting. Rusty will knock Meadsy single-handedly. It is a 1v1. Let's see how it goes. Minnesota State bled out from RIT, Bellevue, and SCC. Woo! Hit that play! Rusty will try to make this one count on the inside of zone, but for Cumberland University, I mean, trade for trade, you've lost out on future streams there, and this is just pure chaos. That's it for St. Clair. Bellevue are healthy, and they will pick up that exchange. You got 4 squads remaining. RIT in the truck. University of Hawaii up above. Cumberland, who are going to have to stick this revive at some point. And yes, Bellevue University. It's going to be whenever Limbox... Woo! It's going to be whenever Limbox's spring break is. Oh, try again. That's how Vattery finds his friends. Point blank, Kraber will not get its knocked. That's okay. He's still got a shot. Let's see how it goes. P2020s and Kraber's. Walkie. I mean, you're just full thirst knock onto Slasher. The Kraber single-handedly alone is all I care about now. Try to hit those long-range P2020s, and they don't account for much, but the full thirst onto Slasher is big here. Vattery's primed, ready, and waiting. A 210 drop onto Gerald, and you are burning through what Hawaii has to survive with. I mean, this is just the highlight reel now. This is just the highlight reel here. Oh my God, stop peeking Vattery. He's going to get this rotate around the back, and guess what? You barely get a haircut there. 4 squads remaining, and like I said, it's just Vattery. It's literally just non-stop Vattery. They can't even barely get themselves out back up, but Kai, you know what? Reset is for reset. Future Streams is still left alive here, and remember, we just saw that full thirst on a Slasher, and as a result, I mean, Future's got to make this one count, but the reality is, oh my God, UHE was destroyed. All right. Now, Cumberland University is down. Hawaii's going to stick some much-needed resets here. Juxie and the rest of Bellevue are going to start to purport their pressure. It will be during the weekday. All right. Bellevue University on the outside as a reset is being stuck out here for Hawaii. I mean, triple takes are good, but you know what's better? Oh, you are lucky. You are lucky. What do you do? I mean, Juxie single-handedly is pushing that as Vattery will cover the exchange. Gerald does get the knock on to Juxie. And now you are at a disadvantage if you are Bellevue. Sadly, these final Kraber shots haven't been quite hitting the way they need to. Muffins is separated. And once again, another miss at the hands of the likes of the Bruins here. The bare edge of the fence line. And Vattery's going to look for what peak he can. Trying to just thread the needle here. Is starting to get shot out by RIT, and I don't think this is looking like a Bellevue win, folks. RIT Tigers did get a knock on their side. It is technically Waukee from Purdue. Either way, Ivy Burns goes down, and at this point, it's looking like a Hawaii dub here. Maki Liki Kamaka. Here we go. Yeah, there's not much fanfare for the finish. Congratulations on the 4th game dub. I'm a little sad Bellevue's Juxie got caught out there because it was honestly pretty sweet. All right? It was pretty sweet. Let's jump on over to the scoreboard and, of course, rectify those predictions that I asked for. Over under 2,800 damage here from that game alone. Oh my God. Bellevue walked away with 3,486. I mean, the Kraber was doing some serious work for Vattery. 373 shots. Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, Game 4 scoreboard. Bellevue still is in the lead there. 14 KP. They do finish 3rd, so it's not the highest placement. But, hey, job's a job. 19 on the other side for UHE Varsity. The 7KP ain't too shabby, only 2 points behind that. And the 9KP for Cumberland, well, second highest coming out of game 4 there. 12 points for the RIT Tigers and single digits all the way down across the board. Let's take a look. Oh, I got to update the sub counter. Boop. Boop. And then let me try to add those 3 hours. Oh, there we go. I put up 1K, damn. I used to pray for times like this. Yeah, let's because Sycan just brought themselves up, let's check the Sycan damage levels. Oh, never mind. You were talking about your predictions. Congratulations, Sycan. You just won yourself like 120 points. The next prediction, let's make it... Oh, gosh. Let's do a pick and ban prediction. Who is Lobster? Lobster is a long-time sub of Texas A&M. He is not an official, like, mainstay of the roster. He also hasn't really... He's a Halo gamer. He's had some incredible... Like, whenever we need a sub and no one is around, we call Lobster. And he steps up and he gets the job done. Right? In the best situation. So, that's who Lobster is. Now, we come out of that game with the ban onto, I believe it was the Valkyrie. So, let's take a look at what could be this potential final ban. Stats, legend pick rates. Next highest was Watson and Wraith. So, I'll put that in. Who gets banned next? Watson, Wraith. Who else has a high pick rate? Watson, Wraith. Bangalore. Oh, yeah. Bang, Newcastle. Bang, Newcastle. Someone else. All right. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes on this prediction. Who gets banned? You letting Thrasher crack? What is the correct account, 360? What is the better account for that message? What message sends you letting Slasher crack and that's the correct Twitch account? Whatever. 78 points for Bellevue, Cumberland at 52, and they have separated themselves at the height of this lobby. There's ISU Farmers, none other than Group T, Kamal, and not Koryu for the majority of those games there, with 37 points. Only 3 points, though, ahead of the UCF Knights. KSU Black with at least 1 dub, still holding on for 5th strong, but tied with West Virginia Wesleyan. And yes, University of Hawaii at 29, tied with the Minnesota State Mavericks. We got one final game of the day. Here's E-District. If you care about the drops, Bellevue starts in E-Bank. That's all you really need to know. And Cumberland starts in Boardwalk. Get a good look-see in because we're moving on to Game 5. I'm letting Slasher run the most impeccable train on me. Did I see the Sabrina Carpenter crash video? I do not know what that means. At all. Have you not been on Twitter? I'm sorry, I'm too busy watching Apex all the time, constantly, man. I took like 2 seconds to check my phone there, and no, I did not see any crash. She's passed away? Hold on. Okay. Now I gotta check. No, she's still alive. Why are we lying? The internet exists. You made me miss the kill on Nemidzi. Like, what? Why? It was like 5 minutes ago? Fine, fine. I'm gonna look. I'm on Twitter. And for the sake of you, because it's the early game. This is the worst. There's literally no car crash. Thank you, 360. I'm so glad you're on that shitty Augusta roster. Anyways, Purdue Gold v. Indiana here. There was the drop from Dreamcast, and Cyber will follow likely in suit here. EMPs to start from Sage. And Dreamcast is up above. I mean, the only difference is where is the damage going to come from here? Finally, the rest of Purdue are going to climb up to height, and we are single-handedly not getting a knock where it is obvious. Factor goes down. The Watson will trade here. A little bit of damage from Sage. Onto the stairwell they will go. A giant send from up above. And that is all said and done. The problem is, you got Temple University just as quick on your haunches here, and I mean, Dreamcast is good, but Dreamcast is not perfectly run away. Dude says, which celeb should I gaslight Zephyr into thinking died in my ear before sending that? The best part is I have the internet, so I never think. I just look it up, and then I go, you're stupid for making me waste my time. You're dumb. You're dumb. Now, if you said Robert Plant died, I would probably go take a really, really long second to find out if you're telling me the truth. Okay? He also died. He also died. All right. Got a Garnet. Garnet lost one. Loon and Faustus Festus. Yeah, what are we doing here, brother? He was in the other car. Oh, shit. This is how I know 360's bored. My man is entertaining himself. Somehow Rect Emporium and the rest of KSU Gold died. And this lobby is falling apart. UHE, Hawaii, a little bit of revenge coming through from Bellevue. They didn't like the fact that Hawaii got the dub that game, and here it goes. The end of your life is nigh. Hawaii's will be caught out by Jukesy there, and with one remaining member up above, I literally missed it just because I didn't think there was someone there. That'll be it. Bellevue gets the wipe. Cumberland rotates south. Garnet keeps running away. KSU Gold's got to look for reset. West Virginia's playing Energy Bank. The rest of these teams are in zone, but because there's not a lot of pressure, it's not that much. CU Boulder, Minnesota, and UCF are all still sharing just a handful of space there. Speed Demon with no particular damage to be found against the UCF Knights, and they will recover for this big ol' rotate on the eastern side, and that will mean no Minnesota fighting. Rusty, by the way, kind of over-peaking over to southeastern here is Guelph on the other side of the equation. Oh, hey, Bellevue. There goes Future, and that's the best member from the likes of Cumberland Streams. I mean, dodged the Fuse Ultimate with the tactical here with double breaks down from Vattery. It is one remaining member in Slasher who is forced to run on this zone here. Bellevue's going to get a couple of full thirsts, and for Cumberland University, you got a minor chance. Down to the low ground with a destroyed drone. Cumberland, I think Slasher can... No, Slasher cannot run away. Hey, at least you got a crack. Now, somehow, we are going to see a SCC knock here from the UCF Knights. Who's Feet Lover? That's Vattery. You know, former Pro League player from the Oversleepers roster, alongside legends like Charmander, Vattery. I don't even know what to say here on the other low ground. I mean, Garnet's down to just Faustus Festus, and one bad peak means you are dead. ISU Farmers, they've got their own send possibly going on here against West Virginia Wesleyan. Dean PS to start the lead off. Hi, OI. Kamal's going to find Wrecked Emporium, and how have the games been? Better than most scrim days, I will say. I mean, having all of the premier teams in the lobby is definitely better. But there is still, like, a gap. I mean, they're literally, that's unsolvable. I mean, Bellevue is just disgustingly better. They don't even take it seriously. They just play with their food, bro. If Bellevue doesn't win stage 2, we have to check Ottawa's PCs. Like, we have to go to their house and watch them play. Okay? Well, she's going to get that rotate out towards the eastern side. Most teams are within the zone. There is a Kraber that will be in the game. Possibly at the hands here of, yes, none other than Bellevue. Let's unban Mav. Get a poll going. Oh my god, so true. OY, make an announcement. Do we unban Mav? That'd be so huge for chat. Chat, can we get an unban Mav poll? But the opposite option of the poll is, if he does get to play, he has to put his dick in like one of those cock jails every single match day. I'm just saying. Somehow you gotta punish him. West Virginia Wesleyan's gonna keep full sending this on to ISU while they get a chance. Around the corner, and ISU, you better be ready to dance. Dean PS with 23, and they've lost YMB. That's one of your primary roster members. There goes Dean PS, and for Duke, you might just strictly die to zone here. Duke has just barely gotten themselves in with only a tick of health out, and I mean, if I was ISU, I would be full chasing. Now, did Bellevue get the Kraber? Oh my gosh, this is terrible. There is, the connection to Apex right now is so bad. I can't believe I'm saying this, but West Virginia Wesleyan's going to be able to get a craft off, and unless Bellevue catches them on this reset, they might be able to get themselves. Low-key might be your internet. Let me check my internet. Yeah, I'm running a little low, but I still have high KPBS. I'm at 6,000, so it's not too bad. You know, sometimes you have a bad internet day. Bellevue University, they're going to find, well, no, they're going to find a dead Duke. Oh my god. Oh, you're fucked. Oh, you're fucked. Voderian style. Just punch him out. How many more teams can Bellevue claim today? Holy Group T beam. I know, right? Wait. Question mark. I'm going to say a message. Or I'm going to clap. Okay, hold on. When I say the words, erger, tell me when you heard it. Here we go. Erger. When did you hear it? Heard? Okay, so we're not that far behind. We're pretty good. I don't know what Narwhal Boy just said, but I do know that Bellevue just found another knock on to CU Boulder. This is a Bellevue highlight reel, by the way. That's all scrims are. Here comes Jukesy. I should honestly stop casting whenever Bellevue's fighting and just start singing songs. So, like, if Bellevue wants to use these clips, they have to listen to me going, "It's a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Get down! I'm the hottest in the world right now. Just touched down in Tomato Town." You know? Alright, well, CU Boulder will go down as Texas A&M Maroon. At this point, I'd pray they had the third eye to know that is, I mean, I wish they knew that this was Bellevue, because there's the Kraber on the other side that Bellevue understands and wants here. But Group T, Group T could be the difference maker. Vatari is dead. Juxi goes away. And for Bellevue, a pinch play is the hubris that catches them. I have the full audio clip of Zephyr rapping the real Slim Shady. I just don't have enough clips to make a montage with it. Terrible. Just fucking terrible. That video needs to die. Muffins is still alive, and Tamu and ISU are going to rue the day they let those two teams stay alive. That being said, giving a more macro analysis of this game for just half a second, Iowa State looks to be in a great position. Over here towards the western side with Southeastern playing the opposite building. I mean, getting into these bridges, this is a great spot. It's a great spot for this endgame. Bellevue will get sniped out just partially there by Texas A&M, and they are covering the likes of that this Reson beacon right here very, very well. So Muffin's got to figure out a different way forward if it means success for this roster. All right. Well, you screwed up. You let him get the banners. Oh my god, my connection to this lobby is just getting absolutely shit on today. All right, Muffins got found by Zwifty. Shout out Texas A&M. Now, this isn't an answer for the Texas roster, and instead, we will begin to see some Texas on Texas violence here. University of Houston versus Texas A&M. Grap is low. Lobster is, I wouldn't say lower, but it is going to be another chunk of flesh that could be the end of this team. Meadsy and Schmalls coming in hot from the Minnesota Mavericks here. Will find Swifty around the back, and he's still damn good as he ever was. But for Lobster, one tick of health will cut you out there. That's it for Tamu Maroon. UCF Knights die out here towards that eastern side. Temple could get the jump onto the University of Houston here, and there's not much better to say for a lot of these rosters. Guelph are going to keep this silent. KSU Black are all the way on the edge. Southeastern are the building. SCC on the very outskirts. And yes, ISU are still very, very much in it to win it here. They can shore up the side of this one and look pretty damn good in their best situation. 8 squads remaining, though, and they are playing this one pretty tight. Alex here around the other side is going to try to look for the kidnap, and oh, no, it just barely wasn't done. I thought they had caught that one. Well, no kidnap play, and Jesus Christ. All right, hold on. I'm going to pause the stream on the other side of this one. I'm going to close some of these other commands as well. I mean, it's just bad. All right. I'm literally getting a slideshow here. Elixirs is dead. KSU Black is fighting 18. It looks to be SCC. Limbox is the last remaining member on my slideshow. He's going to try to stick for revives. SCC are on the other side. I don't know, small guy. This is pretty F to me. Whatever it is, it will leave the St. Clair Saints low. Somehow, KSU Black was able to get better resets than I expected. Elixirs will still go down here, and the rest of these teams are going to have to fight to survive. Limbox, I mean, will out-survive SCC, but they are just absolutely decimated in the meanwhile. Minnesota to the low ground. Temple teleporting across from the bridge here. They'll face knock for knock as a pylon will be used as cover. Poodles against the wall there. Simplicity's barely getting shield health back. A first knockdown onto Vortex. Onera as well. And ISU's Group T is rotating from the outskirts here. It's a beautiful punished rotation from ISU to get them in the best possible setup here. I mean, this is as much as we can appreciate. Temple gets a full wipe against them. SCC were dropped. UH Red are down to a duo. Minnesota are on the other side of the equation, playing for just about nothing. ISU still has this western space if they want to play back for zone. But they have to be super careful about how they get there. The only person who can confidently do it is Group T, or not Koryu, at least with a smoke. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hankering for an ISU win, and I like the fact that they're beginning to take a lot more space back here. Force the likes of UH to fight Minnesota, whether they like it or not here. There's Minnesota behind that fence line. God, just a couple of good nades would be critical here. Kamal's got an arc star. Not Koryu's got... There we go. A few more around the back against University of Houston. They will dodge out on it, but not before at least 48 hits here. Not Koryu. Might have found a little bit more, but it's going to be UH running straight into Minnesota. A 3v3 exchange, and it is quick for ISU to find this rotate. Not Koryu with damage down. A massive slide up the height to start the flesh on the other side. And I'll tell you what, that's it for Schmalz, and your best players eliminated. Meadsy goes down, and for the Farmers, they find a penultimate dub. Okay. Here's the, I gotta, we'll do predictions and stuff in a second, but I might want to restart Apex just really quickly. Yo, Arrow, can I restart 2 seconds? Jack and Joaquin can't fight me. Bahaha, 2 ass. Bahaha. Arrow's getting the score in, so he didn't see my message. You hit me for 0, I hit you for 73. Hashtag pack watch. What are we even talking about? What is this? I'm sorry, you shot me in the side. I don't hate you. Yeah, so I got magged by the old man. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna say never mind. We're just going to pray. Yeah, they never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Well, the game is going to start real quick, so let's just get it quickly done here. Scoreboard one last time before we go into the final game of the day. Game 5, ISU with 23, Minnesota 18 with their 9 KP. Bellevue still jumps up at 15 KP for 16 there. And the Legend Man was, of course, the Wraith. So, 49% of you did manage to pick the correct outcome here. Overall standings, Bellevue with 94, ISU with their win jump up to second place, Cumberland in third drop down, and yes, a second place finish for the Minnesota State Mavericks allows them to deliver a fourth place finish. KSU Black retain top 5 as the UCF Knights, West Virginia Wesleyan, and Hawaii roster all fall down like the famous Kanye West song. Big returns for Temple and Houston. Sheesh, Scrims finishing pretty quick today. I know it is 9 p.m. and we're going into the last game of the day. We are bustling through it. I guess my last prediction of the day is, does ISU retain second place? Yes, no. And that means if they get first, they don't keep it, but they won't get first. So if they get less than second here, 5 minutes to get the predictions in. Hopefully they don't die within those 5 minutes. Let's get back into game. By the way, if you guys have any feedback for me when it comes to Apex Legends, not specifically with the quality, if, I just threw up again. God damn. You guys obliterated me tonight. Don't say you. You guys did this to me. But yes, if you have any feedback for the stream, I know it's just scrims, so there's not as much on the line here. But, yeah, it's still fun to watch. Everyone likes a good scrim seshi. And it all falls down. Mm-hmm. It all falls down. I don't know why I'm watching anybody but Vaudry right now. Thoughts on the changes for next season? Sad to see the dropship go, but I also understand why it was changed. After all, the minute you add any legitimacy to rank, you are going to lose players because they've been pampered for so long. Oh, this is just awful. I'm watching a slideshow. This is just terrible. Am I running anything in the background? All right, 2 seconds. Apex OBS. I mean, I'll end what I can, guys, but this is just... This sucks. Well, Temple University get bullied. GG. I understand the drop tip changes. It makes sense. The minute you change rank to be any kind of legitimate kind of tussle for the muscle, etc. End your stream. That'll probably help. Yeah, true. The stream's taking up too much. Southeastern Blue, they meet their maker, and Galactic Executor is not someone who can survive for the end game. Looks like Minnesota, they've also got a hankering for the action here outside of the Humbert Labs. 5 damage. Schmalz is going to start to slide this one down here. And it all falls down. It all falls down. I need to have just like an obsessive amount of Kanye playing in the background for no reason. Oh, Speed even runs into a random. Holy shit. Blink and you miss it. Say hello to the likes of Crypto. At least we'll find a double knock up on top. And here comes the full send from Schmalz. Whee! Means he's going to pick it up and, you know what? Grab a couple traits. You think Blood will be viable? No, probably not. In terms of the comp meta, no. I think Catalyst, though. Catalyst is going to get some real true... Oh, shoot some boxes. Why not? I mean, it's not really shoot box worthy, but... Anyways. I think Catalyst is going to get some extra mileage now. Because between the breakable windows and some of the other stuff, team listening, small guy, who do you want me to listen in? I don't think I can listen to someone. Join RIT Jax, VC, and Octane. Okay, I gotta reopen Discord. Well, you've asked for it, so let's join the RIT Jack Discord. Let me open up Discord real quick. Can I even join this? No shit, I can. Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Zephyr.
Oh, Zephyr.
He's doing a listen in.
Word on the street is Vaudry's a pedophile. That's what the word on the street is.
Yes, bro. Yes,
Ready
bro.
here for. I know very little about the man. I did see him in the files.
It's you know enough.
I stole that. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. We just hit third here.
The leaks are true.
I still need energy mag.
Vaudry was at the island.
I can drop you, man.
Yeah, that purple heavy.
Vaudry was at the
Gonna
island.
act nonchalant for Zephyr.
You're gonna act
Oh,
nonchalant.
triple take.
You found one or you're on one? Wait, what?
I dropped mine.
Oh.
I hope
I'm a
this
team
is
player,
worth the
guys.
comms, small guy. I'm gonna give it.
Yeah, pin and
Don't
R9
ask how
as
many
well.
bats I have.
I'm gonna give it
I
like
think
another
Did I just see something
minute.
over there? I don't know.
Nah, what if it's Bellevue and they're chasing us and that's why he's doing the listening? It's because Bellevue's gonna be right behind us.
There's no one.
Does anyone
next
need
to
bats? I have
them.
infinite. And
I
8.
have 0 frames in this game.
I'm
at the
6'12".
final one.
I'm gonna open this blue bin
3-7.
too.
Bean cells. Big overflow.
There's 2 more bats in here.
I'm
Good.
collecting.
We're just waiting here for Beacon.
I'm hitting that.
No, they're fighting.
Yeah, watch our south. But
It's just another Maggie team.
someone get in this choke them like
Someone's
literally
peeking
just
behind us.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
Small guy. Yeah, what is this lag? Holy shit. It is bad tonight. I I just checked my connection while I was doing that listening, and it is not my internet. So it is my connection directly to Apex, which has happened before. So sometimes these lobbies, it's just bad. And then that screws up everything else. It just kills stream just as much. Odd. Yeah, it happens once in a blue moon. It frustrates me. It's like once every few months or so, it just gets really bad. I don't know if someone else is like streaming something in my apartment, one of my roommates or something, if that's why. But I mean, a lot of the time it just, it's whatever. Anyways, 10 squads remaining, and the lobby quality has completely been decimated going into the final game, as always. I gotta go yell at Martin to turn off his videos. No more YouTube, no more anything. It's killing my internet. Oh wow, the stream came back to life. That's crazy. I'll try to get a switch up there, and I mean, the minute I switch players, it struggles. Sadly, I'd love to catch it in a full FPS, but Vatari gets a knock of one, a dash to the low ground to try and survive this one out. There is the full Thurston V slasher here. Vatari can easily win this out. Trying to look for a quick shield swap again. Will be able to find it for 75 there, but not before an EMP from Slasher is going to slow this out. Little snipe out and away, and you got to pray the shield battery is going to save the day. The full send to the low ground, and Vatari misses the exchange here. 10 squads remaining, and Southeastern are beginning to rotate this one in towards Galleria. You got RIT, KSU, Guelph, Southeastern next to Cumberland there. You got CU Boulder and Hawaii, and then Minnesota, and yes, a Purdue roster. There's not much to truly say here about the stance or success of any of these teams. This is the bare minimum of a macro game. It really is coming down, by the way, to switching teams, it looks like. Every time I try to switch teams, if I don't switch teams, look at this. As long as I don't switch teammates and team players, it works just fine. That is so weird. Well, you're going to get the peanut butter perspective for this one. And, well, for University of Hawaii, we'll say, ooga goodbye. Looks like we have to watch Boulder. No, Boulder's dead. We'll pick Cumberland here for the next one. Ooh. There you go. I'll stop switching. We got it on to Flusher. There's Sykin with the drop on to Galactic Executor here. I don't think I'll be doing power rankings tonight because I just did not plan for them efficiently. I want to make it more of a setup and spectacle. So, probably going to do them tomorrow night. I forgot to tell people I was doing power rankings is the issue, right? Typically, I tell people when I'm going to do power rankings. I completely forgot. I was so focused on some other stuff earlier today that I just didn't even realize. 7 squads remaining, and this final lobby quality is just abysmal. I don't expect it to get any really better here. Cumberland University might be taking us to 6, though, sometime shortly, and who knows? The more KP that they put up, well, evidently there is no ISU, so ISU will fall out of favor here, so it is definitely a Cumberland second-place finish now, especially with, of course, Bellevue eliminated as well to not soak up KP. Well, I apologize. They did wipe the Guelph Griffins, and I'm sure it was electric in-game. But for us, we don't get to see it. 6 squads remaining, and you do have RIT and Schmalls there beginning to look like they might begin to fight something out, but with only 6 squads going into a round 3 close, I mean, this is just not... There's no pressure to take a fight anywhere, ever. Purdue's going to play this one literally as slow as molasses. They just got a scan of zone, I hope, on Sage. It's going to tell them that there's nobody left in the lobby. I mean, RIT Tigers have a little bit of a peek from Schmalls there, but all I can really question is, who's Cumberland going to send next? Because they're the only team with enough confidence to really actually send these lobbies here. 12 KP thus far, and they could potentially win for more. And Ash on future streams here at 87%. I mean, one good teleport to height after a nice crack or EMP knock, and that could be a difference maker against CSU Black here. KSU Black. Oh. A setup and up for the zip line could be the next feature forward here. They might just sit this one out, but if I know this roster, I know that's going to be an EMP or at least a scan setup here for the likes of Slasher. There's the little scan, and Cumberland has revealed they know where everyone in this lobby is. Schmalls continues to look for KP, and here comes the EMP push play. I mean, I literally called it. Why'd I call it? Because I know how this roster plays. Anyways, Slasher might go down entirely, but it's not 4 elixirs is full wiped. Beautiful burns, and yes, it's another Cumberland wipe. They will get the reset on the Slasher, but the full send is literally perfect. Now, RIT could look for this on the height exchange, but it's just not... No, they're just going to get to zone. What up, Coco? I apologize for the quality of stream. It's kind of pooping out here towards the very end. A little snipe there right at the very last moment, and I assume that is going to be Minnesota with their EMP on the other side of the equation. Don't know if we'll see some really true confident follow-through, but, I mean, we'll see. 5 teams, round 4, W Octane quality. You know, I will say the last couple of games were, you know. All right. I mean, literally, there's nothing for me to watch. You have Minnesota still not playing it in. Hawaii taking up all this space. There goes Purdue finally into zone. RIT's around the back here. Cumberland is going to be able to set up on the northern side, and then maybe Minnesota gets held out. Maybe. I mean, it really depends how things go here. A slow cutoff of this zone, as future streams are going to have to at least decide to get back to his team at some point here. And we might now finally have some pressure. And let's look at Jack. Let's see if there's any kind of choke out here from Jack. But nope, they're back to the inside. Minnesota right alongside them is going to be playing this one low and slow. Couple of deep shots from Cumberland all the way from the northern side. Another nade as well. But Minnesota are still in this one here. It is a very tight setup on this eastern side, but for Minnesota should be just fine. .48 damage around the back here. Couple of snipes. ISU was kind of zapping this block. Yeah, a little bit. They managed to turn it around. I mean, Minnesota will be one of the first to die in this exchange. Unless they get a great EMP entry off. You have Cumberland and RIT looking at you from either side. Cumberland putting in the first brunt of damage, but the minute you rotate anywhere near here, you have RIT on your butthole. So, a couple of ticks on to future streams there on that eastern side, and... like 100% our best team's fighting day. Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely looked pretty good, pretty competent. Top 5 team, in my opinion. Oh my God. Can the zone close? Close zone, close. At least Purdue's got to fight against University of Hawaii a hell of a lot sooner here, because for them, they are not in zone. That'll be a drop on the Dreamcast Sage to follow just as swiftly. And for Hawaii, one final shot from Cole will seal the deal on the gold roster. There's Minnesota State Mavericks. Like I said, they choose the RIT side. You get RIT. Cumberland peeks around the back, and you will go down. I mean, 3 squads remaining. RIT get the building. Cumberland play the outskirts. Looks like Future Stream's going to teleport to the top, and Gerald almost gets the immediate knock on there. Gerald will get sniped out for Cumberland. That'll force him to the low ground. That's going to allow at least a little bit. Tyler and I also have now, we're IGLing figured out now too. Tyler and I have figured out how IGLing is going to work for us. Very good. You had a beautiful, you saved the day on that World's Edge game. It was crazy. Playing the bridge, not Koryu, was very good. Start thinking of a person for me to raid, by the way, chat. Put your recommendations in chat, because we'll be raiding someone after this game. UHE trades with Cumberland, but Slasher faces another knockdown. Cumberland up above gets the response, and with RIT Tigers, the only team left standing healthy and alive. You may hate them. You may fear what is this invite, but it is none other than CC finalist, Palm himself, the Jackula, the Jack You Off, and the winners of Game 6, RIT Tigers. There you go. Alright, get me out of here. Close Apex. Do not raid Narwhal Boy. Alright, I will not. We're gonna have more stable now. Now that Apex is closed, we have a hell of a much more stable stream there. Hydrate? Fuck. Okay. Thank you. Final scoreboard of the day. One last one for the night. I don't know how you have so many points. Does ISU retain second place? 1K on... You guys are going to make me fucking throw up. Okay. Done. Oh. My stomach hurts. Holy shit. Fuck, bro. Okay. One last refresh here. Game 6, Cumberland with 27. It's a beautiful, at least, walk away there. 17 for RIT. Hawaii with 16. 11-11 for the likes of Bellevue. I asked you guys, does ISU retain second place? No. They fall to third. One good last prediction for the day. Your final standings for Scrims, though. Bellevue in first with 105. Cumberland at 81. ISU at 63. The Minnesota State Mavericks at 58. There's Hawaii at 5. KSU Black there at 6. The UCF Knights at 39. West Virginia Wesleyan at 32. There's the RIT Tigers at 9. KSU Gold at 28. CU Boulder at 26. St. Clair Saints at 12. Temple University, Southeastern, Purdue Gold, UH Red, TAMU Maroon, the Guelph Griffins, Indiana University, and University of Gaming Garnet. Arrow Gaming, thank you so much for the host today. I know my Apex shit the bed there at the end. I know we had a little VO mishap, but I can't appreciate it more. The sub counter continues to grow. I have to make up for yapping over stream. Well, you know what? Any Prime subscription will do. That being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the very first Scrims of the semester. I know Scrims are kind of, I was partially also low energy. I honestly think you guys kind of killed my energy with all the soda. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I think all the soda cooked my ass. Limbox's name has slowly faded from the sweat on my brow. Kayak, I will hydrate tomorrow. I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit. I'll do it tomorrow. See this? See this? I'm jumping off in game. All right. Woo! Okay, no more. Kindly Monkey, you get the hydrate tomorrow. Stack them up for tomorrow. Let's pick someone to raid. Give someone some big Zephyr love. Who has no God, you guys are racking that shit up for tomorrow. Who has no viewers right now? I want to get someone like with literally nobody. I want to go grab someone with 1 viewer who sounds cool. Tia Beanie DL. Tia Beanie. All right. You guys have recommended that one before. There you go. I'll start the raid off here, and thank you guys so much for watching. Go give him some Zephyr love. We'll be back tomorrow for the Contenders Scrims, which arguably might be that much more competitive.